Rose Muturi is the East Africa Regional Manager. She has a background in statistics and information technology. Also recently named the most influential young woman in Kenya for 2018 by Avant Media. Muturi has more than 12 years' experience in the financial services industry through various roles at Standard Chartered Bank and TransUnion. She tells us why numbers are so important at a gym session in Nairobi.
So how do you do it? I mean, your job is very involving. How exactly do you do it? How do you balance all that?
Good question. Considering that TALA is an international company and we have our headquarters in the US, meaning we usually call it like a night shift. Let me put this down.
Yes, please.
Let me shed off some 10 kilos.
Yeah.
So what I do is between 5:30 and 6:30, I'll do my routine, then I'll prepare. I leave home at 7:30, most of the time to be at work by, if traffic is forgiving, I'll be there by 8. Now, I have a choice of if I want to do calls with the US team, I can do them in the morning because I know my role being operations related, I can plan my day, but once I get to the office, sometimes the plan doesn't work. I joined TALA from TransUnion, which is one of the credit bureaus in the country. And the motivation that I had to join TALA when they actually asked me if I could join was having worked at the credit bureau, I could see how many Kenyans were not able to access credit due to the fact that either they were not in the credit bureau, so they had never borrowed before, or secondly, if they had borrowed and they probably had a negative listing, which is very old, that was still affecting them. So when TALA came in and they said, yes, we can actually be able to use alternative data to assess the willingness and ability of someone to pay, I was very excited because it meant this is something new. This is something which has not been tried in the country before, and let's see if it will work. So I was very optimistic to join TALA.
So what are some of the myths and the realities when it comes to mobile-based lending? I've always been interested to know.
Yeah. So let me answer it differently. First of all, because our app is our lending, we do it purely on Android. So it's an app-based lending. I mean, an app-based it's an app. Let me put it that way. So what usually happens is people believe that the moment you go onto the App Store or your Play Store and download, it's quick and easy to get money and you can literally fall off the face of the earth, which is incorrect. What usually happens, and that's why we actually have very good customers in our portfolio, we have to educate these customers and inform them the advantages of borrowing and repaying. It's not just about the access, it's about how do you behave when you get the money. So one myth is you will delete the application and no one will be able to understand that you ever had taken that amount. No, your profile still exists. And a majority of the lenders work with the credit bureau in terms of providing positive and negative information in order to build people's profiles. Another myth, now let me see which other myths do we hear about.
Interest, I mean, there's also
Yes.
a lot of discussions when it comes to the interest.
So what you find is, contrary to popular belief where people come and say, well, this is exorbitant, I don't want to speak on behalf of many other lenders. What I can say or speak on behalf of TALA is, when it comes to our pricing, we've been able to do what you call risk-based pricing. So we are able to assess the risk of the borrower, and therefore our rates will move from the highest being the 15% all the way down to 5%. So it just depends on how the customer is borrowing and repaying and many other factors that we assess so that we can be able to give them a higher limit and a lower rate.
So what exactly makes a good borrower? When you're saying credit, risk profiling, what exactly makes a good borrower? What would give me like 90% or above 80%? And it would definitely profile me as a good borrower.
Good question. And you see, me being in operations, I'm literally not in the data science team. And that's because when they're building the algorithms to be able to create the credit scores, we have to look at it as this is machine learning. There's no human intervention. So end to end, we will be able to pick some key information where you give us permission to access. And once that information is picked through our database, the machine, through our artificial intelligence, will be able to score you. So there's no single person who will tell you, hey, because you do ABC, your score will be, for instance, 8 out of 10 as an example. We pick thousands and thousands of different data points. So that makes it very, very, very predictive, very accurate. And then on the other side. Okay. You see? So what happens, this is now the easy part, but ideally your feet should also be up.
Oh my God.
So as you're doing it, you're literally like this. So, yes.
And this helps with the tummy?
It helps with the core, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Correct.
I really feel my tummy. We do like a few?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
You don't have to lift your legs,
Okay.
so you can still put it, but yeah, from one side to the other, and so it helps you stretch as well.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. You want to try the 4 kilo?
Oh no. I'm really feeling my feet.
Statistics was an easy option for me to choose because I've always loved math, and for something like pure mathematics, I found it to have a lot more theory than what I wanted. And it fits in very well with what I do because one of the values we have at TALA is prove with numbers, which I absolutely love. We say all ideas are wonderful. However, when you prove with numbers, it means you can be able to put on weight in terms of why are we pushing this agenda. These are the numbers that speak to it. So that's why